Hello everyone, and welcome to the Book of Dragons review. To this day, the best project, inspired by the How to Train Your Dragon franchise. So, if you're a fan of this movie saga, stay to discover all its secrets and learn how to train your own dragon.
Santa cachucha, ya dijo la frase.
So, having said that, let's go to the video. Well, first of all, this mod is called Book of Dragons. And as I mentioned in the introduction, this mod has very nice details that give it the potential to become the best way to train your dragon. But you will see this in due time. Let's start with the basics. And that's for this adventure. It will be necessary to obtain the Book of Dragons, a very interesting guide, inspired by the same franchise book. This is to find out the characteristics and weaknesses of these.
El manual de dragones. Todo lo que sabemos de todos los dragones que conocemos.
But unfortunately, we won't be able to craft it. Only, we can get it through the new Rand Villager. And in addition to this, very interesting things are coming our way, such as food to tame dragons, the new anvil, Viking, and maps showing the location of dragon nests. But if you're in a bit more of a hurry, or you don't have enough, lucky to find it, you can always create the Viking anvil and give the job to any villager. Although clearly, this one will be slightly inferior to the original. And very importantly, we will not be able to unlock dragon information unless we've had them right in front of us. Because it will be us, those who begin to write about them. Yes, that's quite an interesting detail.
Eso tiene sentido para mí.
We will also have other useful sections, like its keys, in order to control them once they are domesticated. Combat skills, their type of diet, and of course, the places where they can be found. And well, now that we have all the basics, now yes, let's move on to the whole topic of the new dragons. To begin, and as I mentioned, each dragon will have characteristics and behaviors different, especially regarding their diet and location, where they can find. And currently we will have a total of 7 new dragons, although they are already working in others, and of course in other colors too. This is to give it a little more of variety to the game.
Tita sea, qué hermoso.
The domestication process will be quite easy, and above all faithful to the films, because the dragons will feel threatened if you come across them dressed in armor, shield, or any type of weapon. Besides, you'll only be able to get their attention with their favorite food. If you throw enough of it at this, it will eventually calm down. This is where you will need to approach and touch it with shift and right click. Now, having the trust of said dragon, and the best part is you might even be able to fly over it, if you happen to be carrying him out with you. In addition to some extra actions when assembling it. If we press left click to unleash its dragon breath, the use of this breath will be different in each species. In some, it will be necessary. Press left click to charge attack. With the control on the left, we can increase its speed on the ground. If we maintain, by right clicking we can rotate the camera freely, without the dragon changing its flight path. Something like a panoramic view. Pressing the G key will open your inventory to put and remove its saddle and even add a chest. And finally, we have the C key, which will allow us to use his special ability. Although we will have to upload this link with our dragon. Otherwise, we won't be able to use it.
Maldita sea.
For this we will need to use our book again. Given that, once that we have domesticated, a new section will be added to us for some dragon. Because in this we will be able to see your health level of hunger and above all affection, which will grow as. Let's spend time with him. Now, moving on to the dragons. First we'll have the Whispering Death, an underground nightmare with rows of rotating teeth capable of drilling through rock. They will be very sensitive to sunlight. Therefore, their nest will always be found underground, and being one of the dragons with the most life. but also one of the slowest. Mostly, we will find them inhabiting hills and mountainous terrain. It will be fed mostly with fillets, but his favorite food will be raw lamb. The Skrill, a dragon described as powerful, aggressive, and mysterious. Pure terror wrapped in lightning. Its weakness is that it cannot shoot lightning bolts underwater. This will be a dragon with little life, but with enormous speed. This one will normally inhabit mountainous terrain. Ice creams are also taiga variations. It will feed mostly cod, but his favorite food, it will be the salmon. The next one will be the zipper, a two-headed danger. While one releases the gas, the other will ignite it, creating a powerful explosion. A fairly balanced dragon in terms of life, damage, and speed. Although somewhat slow for charges dragon's breath. These will mostly inhabit swamps and dark forests. They tend to prefer humid environments. Their most common food will be raw salmon, but its favorite food will be raw cod. The grankle is a lazy species that spends time, most of the time, sleeping on piles of rocks. Her skin, it's tough and can withstand blows like no other dragon. It will be slow but easy to handle. Also that will have a more than adequate amount of life. These usually inhabit mountainous terrain, like caves and hills, hating especially cold biomes, making them move even a little slower. They will mostly feed of raw steaks, although they prefer much more so raw lamb. The monstrous nightmare, a dangerous, stubborn, and tenacious dragon. You have to be very careful with it. Well, will have the ability to set itself on fire at the moment of attack, like a kind of mist, which will cause harm if we get too close. Being extremely heat resistant, even being able to bathe in lava without receiving any kind of damage. The monstrous nightmare. They typically inhabit warm biomes, mostly high altitude regions with high temperatures, especially in bad land biomes. They will mostly feed on raw pork chops, but their favorite food will be raw steaks. The deadly Natter, a tracker class dragon, vain and aggressive shooter. Thorns for defense. It has a keen sense of smell, but it has a blind spot right in front of its nose. These will normally inhabit forest and plains. They especially prefer areas with lots of vegetation. They will feed mostly on rabbits, but his favorite food, it's raw chicken. And finally, we have the Night Fury, described as the profane, offspring of lightning and death itself. Never face this dragon. Your only chance to survive. It will be hiding and praying that he doesn't find you, and having one of the dragon's breaths, most powerful in the entire mod, generating powerful plasma explosions when loading them. This will also be one of the fastest, reaching anywhere in a matter of seconds. Although in order to balance it obviously, it won't have much of a life. These tend to prefer cold, mountainous biomes, nesting in caves and crevices away from sunlight, and being much more active overnight, because they will even have the ability to shoot rays and become invisible for a few seconds. They will normally feed on raw cod, but they will always prefer raw salmon. But anyway, final conclusion, to create a new project with little content yet. The truth is, it's a pretty enjoyable mod, and that's at least the most striking thing about them. The dragons themselves, they are already very advanced. His animations are insane, with very good details, how to leave a trail when maneuvering on water, different movements at the moment of flying, and others that give you the feeling of really being in front of a thinking creature.
It was perfect. Perfect. Everything.
And so only, it will be a matter of time, so that it becomes much more well-known. I'm seriously already seeing a lot of people release their 100-day videos.
Dios, no existe poder que no se tenga.
But tell me what you thought of this mod. Which of all the dragons presented was your favorite, or the one that caught your attention the most? In addition to telling me what other kind of mod you'd like to see in an upcoming video, I'll be reading the comments. Well guys, I hope you liked it. I hope they had fun. That's the most important thing for me. And if you liked the video, please leave a like. Please comment on what you thought of this video. What other type of video you like see in channel, and also subscribe. That's very important. Remember that iguanas are not telephone wires. See you in the next video. Bye!